Hey folks, Todd Tramonte here with Market Experts Realty and the Todd Tramonte Home Selling Team, as well as Real Estate Growth Systems. And we do a lot of these videos for real estate agents, brokers, team leaders around the country that are either in our coaching and consulting group or who are considering it, or really who are just doing some research to get better at what you do. So first, I commend you for checking this video out and trying to get better at what you do. Even if you're just considering getting into the real estate business, this video is going to be valuable for you. And here's why. I'm shooting this right now at the tail end of the year, looking forward to the next year. And I'm talking to hundreds of real estate agents, brokers, and team leaders about their goals for next year. A lot of these goals, to be honest with you, are the wrong goals. So many of them are oriented towards massive growth or unbelievably exciting achievements. And listen, I love both of those things when they are appropriate. But what I keep running into are agents that have not yet paid their dues. Agents that have not yet put in the practice, that have not established themselves as successful or effective at what they do, and they're already wanting to turn around and recruit 10 agents and lead those agents, or become a coach, or start a big nationwide organization, or expand to new markets. And listen, all of those things are great. I want you to have big dreams. I want you to make big commitments. I want you to think bigger. But what I don't want to do, what I don't want to suggest that you do is skip steps, is to believe that this is easy, to believe that all you need to do is just say that you want to. Now, I'm all for stepping into some of that fear and uncertainty and working it out and doing great things. But what I'm not for is a bunch of people running around telling the client that you are their best option to make an investment of hundreds of thousands of dollars when you have not committed to being really good at that job. What I don't want to do is to encourage you to lead real estate agents, administrative staff, showing agents, buyer specialists, marketing specialists, selling specialists, listing specialists, whatever you want to call it, when you're really not yet equipped to do that. When you don't have answers to questions, when if you haven't achieved what you're trying to lead them to achieve. Now, there's a lot of argument about can you teach and lead if you haven't done something before, and we're not having that argument. What I'm talking about is an industry that is leading people down the pathway of getting way ahead of yourself. There's a feeling in the world of residential real estate right now that selling homes to people is beneath you. And let me tell you very quickly, that's not the case. If you got into this business to get out of this business, then don't get into this business. But if you wanted to become a real estate agent in order to do a very good job at that and serve people at a high level and make a great living, that's wonderful. Once you're doing that and you've done that for a while and you have proven repeatable systems, then maybe you could leverage that out to some additional team members. Maybe you could leverage that out to a new market. But until you've done that, until you've put in the time, until you've practiced, like on our team, one of our core values is to practice like a champion. If you want to be great on game day, for a sports metaphor. For us in the professional world of real estate, game day is when we're face-to-face with the client, when we're engaged in working through a transaction. If you want to be great in that environment, then you need to put in the practice. You need to study. You need to watch the game film. You need to break down your process. How can you add more value? How can you remove the inefficiencies? How can you do more volume without taking away service to the client? How can you do more volume without taking away time with your family? How can you do more volume or more transactions or more GCI, more gross commission income, or more total sales volume without sacrificing your personal health and your sanity? So these are the things I want to encourage you to focus on as you head into the next year. Think about what are the core foundational elements that you still need to work on, that you need to improve, that you need to grow, that you need to scale, so that maybe someday down the road, and some of you may be ready, but many of you are not yet ready, to grow a larger business, bring people in, add agents, move to another market, scale a larger organization, build a team, build a brokerage. But I believe that our business, the authors, the speakers, the influencers in our industry have led people to believe that it's beneath you to put in the time to become great. And I know that I'm not the only one. There are several other leaders in our organization, leaders in our industry that are championing this cause, that it takes time. You know, new team members join teams and they want to be the top producing member on that team in their first year. That's a great goal, but honestly, a better goal would be just to become great at what you do, to hit your income goal. This does take time, and your client deserves your integrity and your commitment around putting in the time. your future team members or members of your organization or your satellite teams or your expansion teams or whatever you want to call it, they deserve for you to be able to lead them well out of your experience and out of your history. So my recommendation is that you think of this long term, that if you're going to be here for a long time, it's okay to put in the time and the work and the practice to become a true expert. And that's my encouragement for you to head into next year, is that you don't have to do it all at once. By all means, become great, work hard, expedite that process of growth. That can be done through coaching and consulting. We do that for people. Other people do that for people. But for now, be willing to put in the work. Be willing to become an expert first before you try to expand yourself, leverage yourself out. And I hope that's encouraging for you. If it wasn't, I'm okay with that. But my hope is that that excites you, that encourages you, that gives you the bandwidth and the margin to stay in this moment and become great, and then to expand that out and help more people do what you've been able to grow and become great at doing. So hope that's encouraging. Again, if you ever have questions about this, or if you'd like to schedule a private consulting session or a quick free strategy session, just go to realestategrowthsystems.com, realestategrowthsystems.com, and I'd be happy to do that for you. Take care. Happy New Year.